Good evening. This is Sunday Express on KBC Channel 1, being the 25th of January 2026. And currently, Arsenal is squaring it out with Manchester United exactly at 72 minutes as it is in the game. Arsenal having scored 1 goal, while Manchester United is 2 up. We'll have this particular update in the course of this particular bulletin in as far as sports is concerned. But before we bring you up to speed with stories that have been making headlines in the last 12 hours, let's take a look at the headlines.
Kwa Wakenya wenzangu, wakatae katakata siasa ya utekaji nyara kwa kanisa, kuingilia mahala patakatifu na kutupa tear gas. This is God's altar.
Violence in church, tear gas, gunshots and mayhem rock a Sunday service in Othaya, Nyeri County. A bitter orange. Factions and the wicked more divided as the rifts within ODM continue to play out. And see how a church in Baringa has opened doors to all and sundry, including the intoxicated.
Good evening once again. I'm Regina Manyara and this is Sunday Express. My colleague on sign language is none other than Byron Abuli. And Sunday Express starts off with an update from Nyeri County, where leaders from across the political divide have condemned the chaos witnessed at the ACK Witima Church in Othaya, Nyeri County, where unknown individuals disrupted the Sunday service by throwing tear gas. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen says investigations are underway to bring the perpetrators to justice.
What was supposed to be a normal Sunday morning service at the ACK Witima Church in Othaya, Nyeri County turned chaotic. Unknown individuals threw tear gas canisters into the church. And thereafter, congregants vacated the building and church compound. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, former Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala, and their allies are among those who were in the church. Several vehicles were also vandalized. Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki, in a post on X, noted that violence, whether organized by political opponents, by self for sympathy, or by whoever for whatever purpose, is a criminal act that undermines democracy and violates the freedom of assembly and of worship guaranteed by the law. Commenting on the same platform, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen said investigations into the incident are underway and sponsors and perpetrators of the act will be dealt with decisively. Murkomen reiterated the government's commitment to upholding the tenets of democracy, including the right to lawful assembly and freedom of worship. Later on Sunday evening, Gachagua, who is also the Democracy for the Citizens Party leader, addressed the media and termed the incident an assassination attempt.
None of us was injured. Women, of course, and children have fainted because of tear gas, but we want to thank the church. And I want to tell our people to continue praying. God is in control.
A section of opposition leaders from Wiper Patriotic Front and Jubilee Party have also condemned the incident.
Kwa Wakenya wenzangu, wakatae katakata siasa ya utekaji nyara kwa kanisa, kuingilia mahala patakatifu na kutupa tear gas. This is God's altar, as indeed that altar at ACK Church in Nyeri.
Because the government is not in charge of this government. So it is really bad whenever somebody goes to church, he is attacked. A church is a place of worship, is a place of respect, is a place of dignity. So let it be respected the way it's supposed to be.
I take this moment to ask any narrative being created that Mount Kenya people have become the political violence base. This one has never been, shall never be allowed, and we don't tolerate 1 day, 2 days, tomorrow or forever. This has never been and shall never be.
We cannot start to live in a country where the rule of law is not respected, where goons can, of all places, enter into a holy sanctuary, a church, and attack leaders just because they are different, they have differences on ideology.
Kwa sababu kulikuwa na watoto, kuna wazee na watu wametupiwa tear gas. Kuna watu walienda hiyo kanisa wanaweza kuwa wako wagonjwa, magonjwa tofauti tofauti. It therefore means some of them might even end up losing their lives kwa sababu ya hii tabia.
Meanwhile, the National Police Service is urging anyone who may have witnessed the incident to contact the nearest police station or call via toll-free numbers 999 or 112, WhatsApp number 0709 570 000. Give us in mind, Sunday Express.
If you have information regarding that particular incident, the number is 999 or 112 there. You can get further details also available on our website. Now, to matters climate, prolonged drought in Mandera County continues to destabilize livelihoods among pastoral communities, with livestock deaths rising sharply and the value of the remaining dwindling daily. More than 25,000 livestock have so far perished as of January 2026, with Lafay, Banisa and Mandera North sub-counties recording the highest losses.
Livestock keeping is the backbone of livelihoods in Mandera County, but months of failed rains have caused deaths of thousands of livestock, weakness of remaining animals, and grazing lands barren. At Mandera Town Livestock Market, traders say animals are emaciated and value is fast diminishing.
Almost 70% ama 75% wanategemea mfugo. Kwa hivyo mfugo imeisha sasa.
Lefi, Banisa and are hardest hit, recording high numbers of dead animals.
Kuna shida mingi hapa, wanyama wameisha. Ukileta hapa ukenda kwa laga ama sehemu zingine unaona mfugo ime watu kwa soko. Hii na
out please to worsen.
Kwa hii town mambuzi, magamia yote imekufa ajali ya ukame. Saa hii tuko kwa hii butcher, sasa shida tuko naye ukame mingi sana. So serikali tunataka tuombe hii town, tuko na shida ya ukame. Nyama saa hii ni 800, 1000. Saa hii mimi nanua hii nimepatia 500, alirudisha hii pesa nusu. So mimi napenda serikali asaidie sisi nzuri.
Humanitarian agencies, including the Kenya Red Cross, have stepped in to support affected communities.
We are supporting a very critical life-saving intervention, specifically water trucking to settlement around 24 centers, as we have supported since December 2025. And we have been supporting also with nutrition supplement. We are providing fortified porridge.
According to the National Drought Management Authority, Mandera County, one of the 10 counties in North and Eastern Kenya affected by drought, is in critical alarm state. The government acknowledges the famine situation and the need for intervention.
As we seek special prayers for those affected by drought, we urge religious organizations to continue supporting the government's humanitarian and food security efforts.
Despite these calls and efforts, aid agencies warn that continued support is critical as pastoralists struggle to cope with the prolonged drought. Case Kimirei for Sunday Express.
Back to the political scene, ODM delegates consultative meeting held in Kisii County has endorsed Dr. Oburu Odinga as a party leader in a meeting attended by thousands of members. ODM leaders attending the delegates meeting at Semeta Grounds in Guche Sub-County assured the ODM supporters in the Gusii region that their interests will be protected in the negotiations between UDA party ahead of the 2027 general elections. This is perceived as ODM rebels led by Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Window pitched camp in Kawangware, Nairobi, where they accused the Oburu-led team of shortchanging the Odinga family in the succession of the party.
The Oburu Oginga ODM team held a series of political meetings in Kisii County to popularize their agenda to work with the ruling Kenya Kwanza regime. The brigade first held a delegates consultative meeting at Semeta Grounds where Gusii delegates endorsed Senator Oburu Oginga as the rightful leader of the Orange Party.
Some people are saying that the shoes of Raila are too big for me. Even though I know they are big, but I'm trying, I cannot surrender. How many people want me to surrender? You want me to surrender? Should I continue? Should I continue?
Later, the party bigwigs engaged their supporters through a series of rallies, assuring them that their interests will be better addressed in the government rather than in the opposition.
Aidha sisi kama chama cha ODM tukae hapa kwa broad base na tushikane na ile mrengo ambayo inaamua ya kwamba kila Mkenya anafaa kuwa na maendeleo na kuwe ndani ya serikali. Ama tukae katika ile formation ya Wamunyoro ambayo inasema kuna shareholders, non-shareholders, kuna wale wanafaa na wale hawafai. Nyinyi mnaona tuende hiyo njia gani? Nyinyi wa Kisii mnaona tuende njia gani?
I want to assure our members of ODM that we will stabilize the board. I know in the party we have seen pressure groups, caucuses coming up. That's an unhealthy party. But for sure, under the leadership of Dr. Oburu, we will stabilize the board.
Senator Oburu encouraged the party members to remain firm and build the party, saying ODM had the presence across the country.
This party was built very, very meticulously by my brother. He built it such that it is like a government. It has structures up to the grassroots. We have structures up to the polling station. And this is a very strong party, and it is not a tribal party. It is a party for all Kenyans.
This as perceived ODM rebels, led by Embakasi East MP Babu Owino, pitched camp in Kawangware, Nairobi, where they accused the Oburu-led team of shortchanging the Odinga family in the succession of the party.
Kama mtoto wa baba mwenyewe Winnie Odinga hawezi pewa kitu kwa chama ambayo baba ndio founding member na ametengeneza chama kwa miaka 20. Winnie hawezi pewa kitu, mtoto wa baba. Wewe utapewa nini?
Tayari wamegeuza, wanasema watazungumza na UDA peke yake. Alafu tukiuliza maswali wanasema sisi ndio tumekiuka yale mambo ambayo chama kimeafikia. Mimi kama Sifuna nitakufa kwa ukweli wangu.
Hatuwezi tukauze chama chetu, chama cha Raila Amolo Odinga. Tutafanya juu chini, tulinde chama na tuendelee mbele na tuwe na wale ambao simamia chama.
Gisho Kiwashira, Sunday Express.
And in the coming weeks, we're going to be keeping tabs on what happens within ODM there, the yawning gap. Will they come together and mend fences, or will it continue widening? Now, Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki has assured Kenyans that the government is committed to ensuring Kenyans access quality and affordable healthcare under the Social Health Authority. Kindiki urged Kenyans to disregard persons seeking to discredit and undermine the implementation of the universal health care coverage, adding that 29 million Kenyans have so far registered. Speaking at a church service in Maemba Sigwet Sion constituency, Kericho County, Kindiki urged those who had not been registered to do so and access quality healthcare services.
Hii program ya afya, munajua kabla ya 2022 hatukuwa na CHPs, community health promoters. Mwenye alileta program ya CHPs ambayo imeajiri wananchi zaidi ya 107,000, 107,000. Mwenye alileta ni Rais William Ruto. Sasa tuko na UHPs kutusaidia afya mashinani. Na tukaleta bima ya afya ambayo inasimamiwa na SHA.
SHA is working across the country. In fact, as the county government of Kericho, through SHA, we were able to receive 72 million in the last dispatchment. NHIF could not have dispatched that.
Kwa hivyo sisi tunasema we appreciate the progress that is being made in the health sector. Now anybody that is dreaming kwamba they can roll back the gains that have been made out of SHA, out of affordable housing, you are daydreaming and you don't live in the reality of the 21st century.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi says the government remains committed to working with the religious organizations in building a prosperous nation. Speaking during the mega prayer dedication assembly by the Global Cathedral Church at KICC Nairobi, Mudavadi said the government remains open to constructive criticism and moral guidance from the church in the national interest.
Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Diaspora Affairs Musalia Mudavadi joined the Global Cathedral Church for the mega prayer dedication assembly in KICC Nairobi. He encouraged religious organizations to actively speak up against drug abuse, alcoholism, crime, and violence to promote social values in the country.
The church continues to eternally remind us that there are some things that money just cannot buy, like morals, integrity, humility, and compassion. The faith-based organizations serve as our pillars of virtue that sustain social harmony and humanity's moral fabric.
While urging the religious organizations to also support and pray for a strong independent electoral and boundaries commission, Mudavadi underscored the need to partner with the government in consolidating the democratic gains by actively promoting voter registration.
We also look to religious organizations to continue enhancing political ethics, hygiene, peace, and tolerance.
The Prime Cabinet Secretary also reiterated the importance of respecting the laws of host countries when traveling abroad and the responsible use of technology, calling on the religious fraternity to provide guidance.
Many international partners now review social media footprints when considering visas and other global opportunities.
Mudavadi said the government remains open to constructive criticism and moral guidance from the church in the national interest. Tilio Marco for Sunday Express.
Now we take a quick break here on Sunday Express. We'll be having more updates in the sporting arena. A heated match there between Arsenal and Manchester United still ongoing. We'll have those updates and Wahome is in studio with that. We'll be back in a few.
Imagine 24/7 monitoring system voltage and frequency to ensure it's no more, no less. Welcome to National Control Center. This is where we control the country's power generation. These screens enable us to see the entire network, the generation, and the demand. They also enable us to achieve the balance. Everything has to be at the right frequency and right voltage within the right margins. Otherwise, we'll have poor customer power supply quality, or even power system collapse. From Olkaria Geothermal, Seven Forks Hydros, and other generation sites, you have to generate power, transmit it, deliver it to the substation, all the way to the transformer, and finally to you. My name is Engineer Teacher Pamoja Twang'aa.
Tunatambulika kwa mandhari yetu ya kuvutia,
tamaduni zetu, ukarimu wetu, vyakula vyetu, uchapakazi,
na pia kwa sauti tofauti za watangazaji wetu waliobobea.
Ibengo niko hapa aka upcoming sponsor. Bila shaka hapa ni kama pedeshe, ma deep state, pia vile cartels.
Tunaenzi talanta za pwani, tunakuza talanta za hapa kwetu nyumbani.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tuko mjengoni kama kawa na wanangu wengine wawili.
Usikose kutegea 103.1 Pwani FM, station ambayo itakupa fursa ya kupata uhondo kamili wa pwani na kuleta Wakenya pamoja.
Pwani FM, tafrija ya kipwani.
You're watching Sunday Express. Now, the East African community has launched a new regional policy aimed at helping the region better prepare for and respond to pandemics. The policy has been approved by the Council of Ministers, Judge of Health in the region, and comes after tough lessons learned from COVID-19, Ebola, and other outbreaks.
The East African community is stepping up efforts to protect the health of millions across the rollout of a new pandemic preparedness and response policy. The move follows years of battling deadly outbreaks like COVID-19, Ebola, cholera, and other diseases that have spread quickly across borders, exposing gaps in the health systems.
The policy was developed through partner states. We did consultations with partner states, and then we did a regional validation, and thereafter it was presented to the Health Sector Council that approves it.
At its core, the framework focuses on strengthening health systems, improving coordination between countries, and pushing for more funding in the health sector amid dwindling donor funding.
And this policy will advocate for one, financing, two, seamless coordination within partner states, and three, pulling together the experts so that once we have a problem, then we respond as a community because we have already a team of experts prepared to fight for any pandemic disease.
The new policy also supports vaccine manufacturing and joint procurement. Through a regional center in Kigali, Rwanda, the EAC is promoting collective negotiations for vaccines and medicines using the strength of a combined market of more than 350 million people.
If we even go to source medicine outside there, we don't go as individual countries. You don't go there and negotiate as 12 million people. But if you go outside there and meet the companies that manufacture vaccines, it is either you work with the community of 350 million or you lose that market.
Elsewhere, health professionals led by the Kenya Medical Research Institute say that antimicrobial resistance poses a direct threat to Kenya's aspirations for universal health coverage, health security, and pandemic preparedness.
Our whole life is in jeopardy if we don't take care of this. And it's not only in Kenya, but it's all over the world.
When we talk about antimicrobial resistance, it's not just for bacterial infections. Even antivirals in HIV have been resistant.
The researchers noted that addressing the antimicrobial resistance requires government and societal approach.
Away from health now to education for a long time, going to secondary school in Fafi constituency, Garissa County, was a struggle, not because children didn't want to learn, but because parents simply could not afford it. But education in Fafi constituency is slowly finding its feet again. At the center of that turnaround is the Zero School Fee Secondary Education Program, introduced 3 years ago by Fafi Member of Parliament Salah Yakub. Mari Yambo tells us more.
Fafi constituency. The terrain tells a story of hardship. Persistent drought continues to ravage the area. For years, educating a child here has been an uphill task. Most families depend on livestock for survival, But recurring drought has wiped out herds, leaving parents unable to afford school fees. A number of schools had to shut down.
When we were starting, a school like Shield Secondary School was closed. There was no kid. And today, it celebrates around 100 kids, 300 kids. The last KCSE, they have done 60, which they have not done before. And the mid-grades of this school, all of them are C+ and B- for the last 3 years. This school was almost near collapse also. It had less than 70 kids. Today, we are celebrating around 400 kids.
But in 2023, a bold intervention changed the narrative. Fafi Member of Parliament Salah Yakub introduced a zero school fees secondary education program fully funded through the Constituency Development Fund. The aim to ensure 100% transition from primary to secondary school.
These schools, because of poor road network, because of water, because of security, teachers have been withdrawn from them. There was no water in these schools. There's no infrastructure. We're very poor because of lack of enough funds to cater for all those schools. We decided to make sure that we uplift so the parents can bring back kids to school so that we can retain those who are here and increase enrollment.
And it goes beyond tuition. Students also receive uniforms, mattresses, boxes, textbooks, stationery, including milk, and other necessities, easing the burden on parents.
Wengi wetu hatungeweza kuingia shule kwa sababu tumetoka kwa familia duni, hazingeweza kununua hizi bidhaa.
I would like to appreciate and or to say thank to our area MP. I would like him to continue until we end up with our education in secondary school.
We found everything that was free, including the books, including the uniform. The teacher and the staff were doing their job very, very nicely.
For Ahmed Oregure, the program has been a lifeline.
Wakati bunge wetu alikuja aliona shida kubwa tuko nayo ni elimu. Akaleta program ya kuempower education through zero bursary ambayo watoto wanalipiwa, tunaliwa items, akaleta walimu.
Not only has student enrollment increased, some schools are even admitting students from neighboring counties.
Nimetoka Kwale kuja huku kwa sababu huyo MP wa huku offer zero fee program ambayo hata kama wewe huwezi pata hiyo school fees lakini unaweza pata education.
Now because of this zero fee program, as we are speaking, you have been forced to request the same on Salah Yakub to construct for us a new dome.
Girl child education has also received a boost.
Wengine wetu wenye walikuwa hawana pesa za kuendelezea masomo ya sekondari wangeolewa mapema na kupata shida mbeleni.
As Fafi continues to battle drought, poverty and insecurity, the zero school fees program has restored hope.
Ndoto yangu mimi ni kuwa daktari na nimesikia kuwa huyo MP ukiperform anaweza kusaidia ukaendelea na masomo yako ya university.
At the moment I am a Form 4 student and I finish this. I really hope to go to university and reach my goals in life.
It has produced 170 doctors. Today as we speak, 67 are in Kampala University. Full scholarships in Kampala University. We are giving 450 full scholarship secondary schools teaching. We are giving full scholarship to engineering students and medicine, and almost 70% coverage for KMTC students.
Maria Ambo reporting for Sunday Express.
Now, 2 Tanzanian nationals have been arrested and 110 kilograms of elephant tusks, estimated at a street value of 11 million shillings, seized at the Namanga border in Kajiado County. The suspects, Imani Manasi Musumbwa, aged 28, Alton Jilanweka Kenga, aged 33, who arrested following a tip-off from locals, were alleged to have transported the tusks from Malawi in a Toyota Mark X. The third suspect, identified as Justin Mwalima, escaped after suspecting police presence. The suspects are in police custody as investigations get underway.
This ivory that is here today, that has been recovered here in Namanga, where we stand today, it has moved and closed borders because this ivory is not from Tanzania, despite the culprits whom we have arrested today having come from Tanzania. They had to cross to Malawi, where they got the ivory from. They have moved this ivory all the way from Malawi. They have crossed Tanzania looking for a willing buyer, and so they came to Kenya, where we got some information that they are looking for a willing buyer.
to the people who are trading in this business, or rather doing any illicit trade, be it wildlife ama ni goods aina yoyote, wajue ya kwamba machinery zetu za Kenya are in place.
These people have been booked at Namanga police station and they will be arraigned in court on Monday. I believe that the wildlife trafficking is going on and we can be able to strengthen our international cross-border operations in order to eradicate wildlife crime.
Now, from the earliest days, the church has been a place not for the righteous or perfect, but a refuge for the broken and weary. At Upendo Fellowship Church in Eldama Ravine, Baringa County, the doors have always been open to those battling alcohol addiction, including those who arrive while intoxicated.
As the sun rises over Porod village in Eldama Ravine in Baringo County is deeply riddled with drug and alcohol abuse, with nearly every homestead sheltering at least one addict. It is in this setup that an extraordinary church has emerged, one that openly welcomes drunkards to worship. Upendo Fellowship was founded by Reverend Lawrence Bomet, a former alcoholic.
I had a desire to help those who are not going to church already, particularly those who are addicted to alcohol, because that is an issue. We've had people kill one another. We've had murders in this village. My immediate neighbor has killed his child. He was hitting his wife and he ended up killing his child. Yes, all related to alcohol.
Kuna siku nilikuwa kwa shamba hapo, akanisalimia na akaniambia, Ruben, habari yako mzuri, na alikuwa na mke wake. Akaniambia, unaweza pata hao marafiki zako wale wa ndani huko? Nikamwambia ndio wapata. Akaniambia, nashukuru ukiwaleta tukupige story kidogo nini. Na akaniambia, na kidogo kwenda hivi akasimama akaniambia, nataka tukuje tukunywe chai pamoja. Nikamwambia hapana, hao watu kunywa chai na supu. Nikamwambia hata saizi. And that's what he did.
Reverend Lawrence says instead of condemnation, he decided to create a safe space for addicts to reform, restore, and regain their dignity.
We have seen some lives changed, and then even their own appearances. You can see people are more neat, they are more cleaner. The testimonies from the community has been, hey, watu wamebadilika, watu wameanza kuwa wasafi, watu wamekuwa organized, they are going to work, they are not drinking the whole day, so there is a change.
And after the service, the congregants share a meal. On this day, it is head soup. George Bunei, one of the congregants and a trained doctor, says the church has been a game changer for him as he's slowly cutting down his addiction.
Kwa hii kanisa ile kitu imesaidia ni ile kutufundisha neno. Kwa sababu tumetembea kila mahali, tumeona vitu mingi. Sidhani hakuna continent sijakanyanga kwa hii dunia. Pengine Antarctica na hii North Pole huko ndio bado sijakanyanga, lakini hiyo manchi yote, lakini bado unapata there is something missing. Tukapata it's the word.
Emily Koech and Isaiah Rungei, a former Kenya defense officer, share almost similar stories.
Nimepewa warning mingi sana. Every 3 months niko jela. 14 days 28, 14 days 28. Wakubwa wangu wakasema tumechoka na wewe.
Hii kitu naitwa lock. Kutoa lock si ndio amushe achana. Mimi nilikuwa number 1. Nilikuwa nimetetemeka hivi kwa bombe. Lakini Mungu ni mwema.
In Porod village, where alcohol addiction once defined identity, Upendo Fellowship is quietly redefining what redemption looks like: one meal, one prayer, and one life at a time. Kasichana Masha, Sunday Express.
Beautiful, right? If you're a believer, you do know that they say that Jesus came to save the sinners, right? Not the righteous. We take a quick breather, but when we come back, we'll be looking at stories making headlines from the counties and also an update from the sporting arena. And right now, I know Arsenal fans, are not so happy. But nonetheless, we'll be here for that update. Stay tuned.
Guess how long line zetu za stima ziko?
Bright moments. Moments that inspire, enlighten, and give hope, joy, and clarity. We move forward together, shining and with purpose. For years, we have been your trusted partners that have kept the path illuminated into a bright shared future. Empowering education, information, and entertainment, bringing light to homes, schools, shops, and hospitals in urban centers and villages. Our aim is to do everything possible to keep dreams alive through dedication and power. Kenya Power.
Pamoja twang'aa.
Wewe, Katunge, wapi uniform?
Undercover.
Just, well, mama. Apia nade aje sasa. Wewe ni mtu kujiachilia freelancer balance hii.
Nasikia nimebanwa kuanza supia hata kupumua.
Unampigia nani magoti? Yes, rudi pale ukatengeneze chapati.
Na ndio waamini sitakuwa nakaa hapo. Mimi mambo ya kesi nimeachana naye.
Na hiyo blouse yako ni mzuri.
Tuache madhara wewe.
Wewe nasitukanga namna hii.
Kitengela, Kajiado County are protesting alleged harassment from rogue county government officers and private business persons. The hawkers accuse the officers of illegally pushing them out of their trading spaces. This and more in our county's news roundup.
According to the hawkers, after failing to secure stalls at the newly built Kitengela retail market, the county government allowed them to conduct their businesses along the town streets at a fee. They are demanding transparency, fairness, and a clear policy on informal trading.
Tumeamkia tukapata container imewekwa kwenye tunauzianga na hatukuwa tumeambiwa. Sasa ile swali tunauliza, wenye walikuwa wanauzia hapa wataenda wapi?
Na viongozi wa kaunti tuko ushirika moja, lakini hatujui ni nani ameweka. Sasa tunataka ajitokeze, aseme ni mimi niliweka na sababu ni gani.
Elsewhere, the State Department for Technical and Vocational Education and Training says the new Kenya Credit Accumulation and Transfer System policy will enhance the quality and global recognition of Kenyan qualifications. TVET Principal Secretary Dr. Esther Moria says the system allows employers to work closely with training institutions to shape industry-relevant curricula, while enabling students to transfer credits across institutions and levels of learning.
Credits that you acquire within the TVETs are transferable now because I have said we have developed this policy together with universities. You transfer them to the university, and depending from one department to the other, who are going to the university, let them come first. We craft them. We give them skills. You know, they have 9 months outside here before they actually proceed to the university. Those 9 months are enough for us in TVET to have endowed them with various skills which they may live on for the rest of their lives.
And communities living in Marsabit County have asked the government to expedite the land registration process to enable them secure their boundaries and ensure a peaceful coexistence with their neighbors.
I don't know of any ward in Marsabit which has passed that stage, which is alarming because this is a large constituency, county with about 20 wards, and none have reached the next stage. The government to fast track this process so that at least we can move from one process to another.
In Mombasa County, youth from informal settlements are benefiting from a youth empowerment program by the Shosaha Foundation in Mikindani-based organization in Jomvu constituency aimed at equipping them with employable skills and facilitating job placement.
Mimi nikiwa mmoja wao niliweza kupata wale watoto pia wasikuwe victim kama mimi.
So inawasaidia upande wa mimba mapema na inawasaidia pia wasiingie kule mtaani wakaingia kwa mambo za drugs. Na pia wakuwa watoto wenye wanapenda mambo za elimu.
Finally, Bishop Neophytos Kongai of the Greek Orthodox Diocese of Eldoret and Northern Kenya has been lauded for his servant leadership, humility and commitment to strengthening the Christian faith. He received the accolades during a Thanksgiving service held in his honor in Nandi County.
So we remember St. Neophytos on 24th of every year during in January every year. And so today we invited, all the clergy, all the faithful, and also the leaders of this county of Nandi.
Jacqueline Masharia for Sunday Express.
Yes, the much-awaited updates on the just concluded match between Arsenal and Manchester United. Good evening, Mohammed. Take it away.
Well, thank you very much, Regina. I'll hold that result. But we start at home, where Nairobi United's hopes of securing their first win at home in the CAF Confederation Cup suffered a major setback after a 2-1 loss to Tanzanian giants Azam FC at the Nyeri National Stadium. Nairobi United started the encounter brightly, dominating the early stages and putting Azam FC under pressure. From the opening whistle, their positive approach paid off in the 14th minute when Duncan Omala broke the deadlock, sending the home fans into celebration. However, the lead was short-lived. Just 3 minutes later, Azam FC hit back through Jafta Kitambala, who calmly found the back of the net to level matters at 1-1. Both sides pushed for a second goal before the break, showing hunger and intent, but neither could capitalize on their chances as the match went into halftime tied. The second half saw a more cautious approach from both teams, with defenses tightening and goal-scoring opportunities becoming limited. The decisive moment came in the 78th minute when Nairobi United goalkeeper Ernest Mohamed inadvertently turned the ball into his own net, handing Azam FC the lead. Nairobi United fought hard to find an equalizer in the closing stages, but Azam's defense held firm to secure it up fourth with no points in Group B of the CAF Confederation Cup.
Yes, comes there, that's a lovely effort. First touch, first time, and what a way to open the scoring and score Nairobi United's first ever goal in the Confederation Cup. Deeper from Salum. Mohamed with the punch clearance. The volley, here's an opportunity. Kitabella on the turn. Well, that is lashed home. 2 goals in pretty much just as many minutes. And now it is the turn of Azam FC to get their first goal. Saloon down the line. Into the middle it goes, and Himid has gotten it over the line, forced it over. And Azam, with just over 10 minutes on the clock, take the lead for the first time in the game, and it is the veteran Himid Mawam Kami.
NAFC Leopards recorded their 10th win of the season to move equal on points with leaders Gor Mahia at the top of the FKF Premier League. Leopards defeated Sofapaka by 1-0, courtesy of KC Odhiambo's 48th minute goal to move on equal 36 points with Gor Mahia, who are leading on a better goal difference. Sofapaka will have to reinforce their defense even more in their next encounter, as they'll be facing Gor Mahia on the 31st of this month. In other matches played today, Tusker FC defeated KCB by 2-1 to move up to 7th on the table, 1 place above their opponents KCB, while Ulindi Stars lost by the same margin to Morangasil.
Hizi kipindi cha pili kwa usalama na ubora, tukiwa na matumaini ya kuweza kutarajia kuwa tutaona magoli katika kipindi cha pili. Meletona na Samuel Semu Mbaja, kichwa cha Kirandi Kese! Kese Odhiambo walichokuwa wanashindwa kukifanya washambuliaji, anakifanya Kese Odhiambo. He's the captain. He's leading from the front. Naletwa ndani naye Samuel Semumbaja. Ikabatiza KC Odhiambo. Alikuwa on point kabisa. Akaivurumisha tu kuishia kwenye nyavu kule. Wakati unakwenda katika nyavu ulimgusa Ronald Musuma.
And the government is in the final stages of reviewing the Sports Act and sports policy to align the sector with current trends and commercial opportunities. This was revealed by the Principal Secretary, State Department for Sports, Elijah Mwangi, at the presentation ceremony of the local professional golfers who have qualified for the 2026 Magical Kenya Open.
Kenya's professional golf on Sunday, the tour, which had collaborative support from various commercial partners, was lauded for the collaborative approach to funding sport. Speaking at the event as 15 professional golfers who have qualified for the Magical Kenya Open were presented, Principal Secretary, State Department for Sports, Elijah Mwangi, challenged the event organizers to use the leverage provided through the Sports Act to invest more in sports. The PS added that increased corporate support will provide an avenue for the government to provide support to such events.
The commitment that we are supposed to do, number one, is to ensure that we have the prize money. We have a prize money of $2 million USD, which is already with the LOC. Two, we have facilitated and supported the LOC so that they can have the operations budget met.
Among the players who have qualified for the Magical Kenya Open are Order of Merit winner Greg Snow, Royal Nairobi Leg winner David Wahu, Mutai Kibugu, Njoroge Kibugu, and PGK chairman CJ Wangai.
But in general, yeah, I'm pleased with the season. It's really gone by fast, I feel. The Open just around the corner. And yeah, just going to try to build some momentum now and rest up and get ready for the Open.
Really happy to have achieved that goal because it hasn't been easy. I've been pushing on and working hard behind the scene. So this gives me an inspiration and confidence for the preparation of the Kenya Open, which is just around the corner.
I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, working with my coaches, Johnny Lim, Theo Bazedenhout. And yeah, just getting the game as sharp as possible. You always have to work in this game and keep grinding. It was a long stretch of golf this January, so I'm going to take a few days break and yeah, head back to the gym.
The Magical Kenya Open will take place from 19th to 22nd February at the Karen Country Club.
Je, wewe ni mpenda soka? Na je, wajua kuwa KBC mwenzi wako wa dhati michezoni anakujali? Ndio maana KBC Channel 1 hukuletea taarifa na uchanganuzi wa soka.
CAF ndio wamechukua usukani
humu nchini, barani Afrika na ugaibuni, ikiwemo EPL, Serie A, Bundesliga na ligi zingine. Mashabiki pia hutuzwa kwa kujibu maswali kuhusiana na soka.
Swali letu la leo.
Haya yote ni kwenye kipindi cha Dunda Dunda kwenye KBC Channel 1 kila Ijumaa kuanzia saa 5 asubuhi hadi saa 6:30 mchana.
Nawahimiza Wakenya waendelee watch Dunda Dunda show.
KBC, mwenzio wa dhati michezoni.
Entertainment news and latest celebrity gossip. From the latest rumors to popping events to the newest fashion trends, here is where you get all the tea or juice when it comes to entertainment, and you get it served on time. All that and so much more on Grapevine every single Monday only on KBC Channel 1. Remember, if you did not see it on Grapevine, then it most probably never happened.
And welcome back. The pool came alive at the Kyoto School as Nairobi County hosted the 12 years and over Level 1 Swimming Championships, drawing participation from over 400 young swimmers from across the county. The competition produced several impressive performances, with Talia Kanja and Justin Kariuki emerging as some of the standout athletes. Talia put in a commanding display in the girls' 12 to 13 years 50-meter breaststroke, touching the wall first in 47.52 seconds. She finished ahead of Sifa Nyamwea and Sia Soni, who claimed second and third positions respectively. In the boys 16 to 18 years 100-meter breaststroke, Aiden Mwangi took top honors, while Justin Karaoke posted a time of 1 minute 28.59 seconds to secure second place in the race.
I think I did okay, and there's room for improvement, but overall I had a lot of fun and it was a good time.
I think this gala went very well. I was able to improve a lot of my time from level 1 to level 2, which is a good accomplishment, and I hope to improve them further in the future.
I did very well. I broke my PBs in some events. I tried 200 IM for the first time. I've never done 200 IM in my life. And then I'm in the age category of 12-13.
Nimefurahia sana manake watoto wameongelea timing zao zimekuwa mzuri kabisa na wako tayari kwenda kwa hiyo level nyingine. Tuko na watoto wengi sana ambao wataruka kwa level 2. Hii ni level 1, level ya kwanza, hatua ya kwanza, kuna hatua ya pili na kuna hatua ya tatu.
And Oliver Solberg held his nerve through a treacherous final leg to become the youngest ever winner of Rally Monte Carlo in the FIA World Rally Championship era. Solberg started the season top of the standings, heading into the second round of the rally, which is going to be in Sweden next month, and then the Safari Rally Kenya in March.
24-year-old Toyota Gazoo racing driver Solberg converted his overnight advantage into a maiden victory, surpassing the WRC-era benchmark set by fellow Swede Bojan Waldegard in 1970. The result completed a perfect start to the season for Toyota, which locked out the podium on the opening round of the 2026 campaign. Behind Solberg, Elfyn Evans secured second overall, 51.8 seconds adrift of the winner.
Oh, that just keeps sliding.
The Welshman delivered a clean final day to fend off lingering pressure from Sebastian Ogier and claim more Super Sunday points than any other Rally 1 driver. Ogier, the 9-time WRC champion and 10-time Monte Carlo winner, ended 1 minute 10.4 seconds further back. Adrian Fomo was the only driver able to disrupt Toyota's dominance, bringing his Hyundai i20N Rally 1 home in a measured 4th place after scoring 2 stage wins during the rally.
They're right. He's got to hit that bank with momentum to try and get it back up onto the road.
Teammate Thierry Neuville endured a frustrating conclusion to a difficult week, with the Belgian's hopes of salvaging bonus points ended early on Sunday when he clipped a rock and suffered a puncture, consigning him to 5th.
But at least he and Courier could enjoy the view.
The championship resumes next month at Rally Sweden, then heads to Naivasha for round 3, the Safari Rally Kenya in March.
Forging a clean run through stage 12 to open.
And so just for you to put it in context, is that the last time the name Solberg was at the top of a World Rally Championship table was in Rally Mexico 2005. Peter Solberg, the father to Oliver Solberg. And we move to the land down under, where Ukrainian Elina Svitolina marched the quarterfinals of the Australian Open after beating Mira Andreeva of Russia in straight sets of 6-2, 6-4 in the 4th round. Coco Gauff also progressed after defeating Karolina Mukova 2-1 of 6-1, 3-6, 6-3.
It's 3 in a row for Coco. A hat-trick of consecutive Australian Open quarterfinals, but boy, did she have to work hard for it. The tightest contest of 5 between these two. What an epic clash that was. And in the end, it's back-to-back quarterfinals at the Australian Open for
And that's the sport for tonight. So catch you bright and early tomorrow at 10 a.m. on Sports Check. We'll be speaking with Naomi Wafula, the first lady to join the professional golf PGK as a pro. And there are two others who are there, and also the story of how this is transforming life, even as we head to the magical Kenya Open. And also talk about baseball, because we had a Kenyan team in Mexico last year. So part of the conversations we'll be having tomorrow morning. But I know the big one everyone is talking about is about clubs Kenyans own. Kenyans own Manchester United and Arsenal. So the owners of Manchester United today are smiling all the way to the bank or elsewhere. Regina is one of the owners of Manchester United.
No. I just enjoy a good competition. I am not a Manchester United fan. Please, let's talk about Gor Mahia. But hey,
I didn't say fan, I said
section,
owner.
Yes, the comment section online is a buzz. You know, there's so much that is going on. There's a particular comment that says, this is a Manchester United fan saying, all my enemies are suffering. Yes, referring to that win.
Okay, so that person has only one enemy.
It says all the enemies are suffering. Yes, okay. I don't know. Maybe holistically he's thinking about the Arsenal team. I don't know, man. Yeah, but that is that. Some are even saying, kama leo tutalala, wiki itaisha. Others are complaining that Arsenal fans have suddenly gone mute and disappeared online. I don't know if you're part of the cheering side or the one that is full of anxiety and worry. I mean,
well, that's
sportsmanship, right? There has to be a winner and a loser.
Well, there has to be a winner. Football has got three results.
Yeah.
A win, a draw, and a loss. That happens in football. And like Senator Mandera once said, just like politics, football, don't keep it in the heart, keep it in the lungs. You'll breathe it out. So usiweke kwa roho, weka kwa lungs. Alafu, kesho tutaendelea.
So when you meet Isaac Lomok in the corridors tomorrow, because we had this conversation as the game was ongoing, his concern was tukipigwa, wiki itakuwaje? Well, we'll find out.
It will still have 7 days.
Indeed, that puts a cap on Sunday Express. I'm Regina Manyara, our colleague on Sign Language.
Sahi, ukidial star 419 hash option 4 ama uingie kwa tushinde.com, hakuna probox. Jaribu.
Ni ukweli. Yaani nimeshaingia na ndio tunafyeka. Ya inaona iko ndani. Wanaongelea nini hao? Ni shamba. Na sio moja, sio mbili, shamba 3 hapa Juja. Very nice. Na ni area moja development na growth iko promising sana. Stima iko ndani. Hiyo maji inapatikana. Wow. Security iko sawa na all basic amenities zinapatikana. Shamba ni 3 na kuingia kwa draw ili kujishindia moja kati ya shamba hizi 3 ni 35 bob pekee. Na mtu akitaka zote 3 iko special ticket ya kuweza kujishindia shamba zote 3 kwa tikiti moja ya 99 bob pekee. Hata hiyo, na barabara ni nywe mpaka kwa ploti yako, na kila ploti is worth 1.5 million Kenyan shillings. Hii 2026 hatuland tu, tunaland mara 3 na tushinde.com au star 419 hash option 4. Umesema vizuri sana. Nafieka.
Got the fear of missing out? Want to keep up with all the latest entertainment news and latest celebrity gossip? From the latest rumors to popping events to the newest fashion trends, here is where you get all the tea or juice when it comes to entertainment, and you get it served on time. All that and so much more on Grapevine every single Monday only on KBC Channel 1. Remember, if you did not see it on Grapevine, then it most probably never happened.
Hello, good people. This is Save a Life, and my name is Dr. Joseph Moreni. Tunazidi kubadilisha maisha Kenya nzima. Na leo tuko Baringo County, Baringo South Constituency, Marigat. Na niko Busia County, Vihiga County, Nairobi County, Mombasa County, tuko Kiambu County, leo tuko Eldoret. Na leo tuko Nakuru County, Kisii County, Kilifi County, Bomet County, Homa Bay County, Tharaka Nithi County, Turkana County. Sasa leo tumekuja Kinango. Hizi Save a Life. Tutatembea Kenya nzima. Hatuangalii tribe, race ama religion. Na leo tuko Namanga, Kajiado County. Tunazidi kubadilisha maisha Kenya nzima.
Our journey to Namanga, Kajiado County to answer to the cry of baby Lucy, a 4-year-old nursing a growth on her stomach.
Hello, good people. This is Save a Life. Tutatembea Kenya nzima. Hatuangalii tribe, race ama religion. Na leo tuko Namanga, Kajiado County. Tunazidi kubadilisha maisha Kenya nzima. Nimetumia picha juzi za mtoto na ambaye alikuwa amefungiwa pale Kajiado Referral Hospital because alikuwa amekosa 5,000. Ndio alikuwa amekuwa pale na hakuwa anafanywa matibabu yoyote. Wakani request mtaile 5,000 ili waende nyumbani. Nikamwambia sitaki warudishie mwaka pale hospitalini. Nikatumia 5,000 wakatoka, na leo nimekuja kuona wanaendelea because wanafaa kwenda pale Kenyatta kufanywa surgery. Na wananiambia hakuna pesa. Kama ndio umekosa 5,000 ya kutoka hospitalini, tulikuwa tumefungiwa for quite some time pale. So hata ile pesa ya surgery tuwezi pata. Nikawa promise, nikamwambia nitakuja mwana mtoto, ninaweza wasaidia. Sisi, this is what we do best. Save a life to all. Tuangalie tribe, race, ama religion. But for now, tuone mtoto waendelea.
The family lives in this small shanty, and the conditions in here don't make it any better for baby Lucy.
Unaitwa nani wewe? Usinjeri. Usinjeri wa nani? Mama. Mama. Unasoma tu Nairobi?
Nikupeleka hospitali.
Nikupeleka hospitali? Utapona? Sawa. Unajua kuimba wimbo? Unajua kufanya nini? Kucheza? Twende tukacheze. Unajua kucheza? Unajua kucheza? Unafanyanga nini wewe? Kwa nini unakaa nyumbani? Asubuhi enda nje. Ayendi asubuhi nje. Kwa nini? Hello good people. Na leo Save a Life tuko. Hapa kunaitwaje?
Namanga.
Namanga, Kajiado County. Tuko kwa border ya Kenya na Tanzania, Namanga. Na nimekuja kutembelea this young girl. Very beautiful, jovial young girl. Na naitwa Lucy Nyeri. From referral letter hapa, I can see Lucy Nyeri is 4 years. Of course, she's a female. Na naona hapa ameandikiwa is urgent surgery needed. Amekuwa referred from Kajiado County Referral Hospital to Kenyatta National Hospital. Mambo hapa ni urgent pa kufanywa surgery pale Kenyatta, na familia imekosa pesa. Baadaye alikuwa ameenda pale Kajiado Referral Hospital na kale Kajiado County Referral Hospital. Alikuwa pale 3 weeks na alikuwa amefungiwa pale because ya 5,000. Wakanipigia juzi, nikamwambia watarukishia mwaka pale hospitalini. Nikatumia 5,000, nikamwambia nakuja kuwaona ndio tupange za wataenda Kenyatta. So kama wanaweza fungiwa pale for 3 weeks juu 5,000, inamaanisha hawana kitu. Mtu aligonjeka na pesa imekosa.